Greetings, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Bookish Gamer. I am Shrey, and today I'm going to talk about my 10 favorite books. So, these books, in no specific order, are Paper Towns by John Green. This book is about Quentin, the narrator, and his relationship with Margot Roth Spiegelman. This book is full of humor and unique experiences. This book starts off with Quentin talking about miracles. The thing I absolutely loved about this book was the way Margot is portrayed and how the main uh, concept of the book is linked with it. There's this quote that I couldn't get out of my head after reading Paper Towns, and it's what a treacherous thing it is to believe that a person is more than a person. I would say that this book is worth reading, and like if you like any kind of reading, this book is worth reading. The story is gripping and interesting, and once I started reading it, I couldn't stop. It's unputdownable. Okay, then next we have The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, the novels by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Over here. So, when it comes to mysteries, there's nothing compares to Sherlock Holmes. So, this volume has all four. This volume has all four novels, and I really enjoyed seeing Sherlock solve one mystery after the other in his own way. Um, yeah. So next we have Divergent by Veronica Roth. Over here, this series of novels is of the dystopian genre, and in this dystopia, the world is divided into four factions, um, and the factions are like according to the people's traits, like the selfless are the abnegation, the brave and fearless are the dauntless, etc. The ones that do not fit in these four factions are called divergents. This book, according to me, is the second best dystopian novel, and I would advise you to go get this book from wherever you get books as soon as possible. Next, we have The Maze Runner by James Dashner. This is another dystopian novel series, and the first book begins with Thomas waking up in a box, unable to remember anything but his name. The box opens into the glade, and he's welcomed by other guys around his own age. He learns about the maze and soon becomes a runner. And so according to me, this is the best dystopian novel ever, and dystopia is my favorite genre. Okay, so go read it as soon as possible. Okay, next we have The Trials of Apollo, right here. This is by Rick Riordan. I mean, you've probably heard of him. He's a very popular author. He's the author of Percy Jackson. So this book is centered around the god Apollo being cast down as human by his father Zeus. So his mortal form's name is Lester something. It's a very difficult name to pronounce. So in order to regain his godlyhood, Apollo needs to complete a series of quests. So the thing I loved about this book was the way Apollo became more human in every book. So, and in this series, the fifth book is my favorite. You should definitely check it out if you like books by Rick Riordan or of similar genre, like concerning demigods and all that. Okay, so next we have my favorite mystery book, One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus. I don't have words to describe this book. It's so amazing. It's a kind of murder mystery, and I believe you'd love seeing the characters evolve into something they were not at the beginning of the book. Please just read it as soon as possible. Yeah, I know I'm saying that like for the third time, but yeah. Okay, next we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. No book list is complete without Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Everyone knows about this series, but I'm going to describe it anyways. So this book is about Harry, an 11-year-old who lives with his aunt and uncle. Now the special thing about Harry is that he's a wizard, and he's a very popular one too. The thing I really loved about this book series is Harry's friendship with Ron and Hermione. I mean, like they're best friends, and they're always at Harry's side no matter what. So I kind of wish people like that actually existed. Okay, then we have The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I don't know if I pronounced the surname right. Okay, so this book is a very well written murder mystery. It's narrated by Theo Faber, a psychotherapist who has taken an interest in the famous Alice Burnson case. Wait, it's Alicia Burnson, sorry. Yeah, so I cannot reveal anything because I don't want to spoil this book for you. I just want to say no matter how much of a Sherlock you are, you won't be able to solve this case till the end. Next, we have 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Yeah, it's a book, not just a series, Netflix series. So, yeah, you probably know this book from the popular Netflix series 13 Reasons Why. I read this book a few months before watching the series, and I'm glad I did that. This book is mainly concerned around Hannah Baker's suicide from Clay Jensen's point of view. Clay Jensen was Hannah's classmate, and Clay had a crush on Hannah. So Clay Jensen finds a shoebox on his porch, and this shoebox contains tapes from Hannah, his crush and classmate. So um, these tapes inside the shoebox, they were the reason why Hannah killed herself. Now, what I love about this book is how unique it is. I doubt you would find a uh, book like this. Um, it's very different, and even if you watch the series, you would still love how different the book is. Okay, lastly, we have Holes by Louis Sachar. Now, this book, unlike most of the books on this list, isn't very popular. The story is very interesting. It begins with Stanley Yelnats, that's a palindrome by the way, being sent to a boys' detention center where they dig holes as part of the punishment. I loved reading this book and I just had to include it in the list. So I'll just read the synopsis because I couldn't come up with a good summary. So Stanley Yelnats is under a curse that began with his no good, dirty, rotten pig stealing great great grandfather and has since followed generations of Yelnats. Now Stanley has been unjustly sent to a boys' detention center, Camp Green Lake, where the boys build character by spending all day, every day, digging holes exactly 5 feet wide and 5 feet deep. There is no lake at Camp Green Lake, but there are an awful lot of holes. It doesn't take Stanley long to realize that Camp Green Lake isn't what it seems. Are the boys digging holes because the warden is looking for something? But what could be buried under a dried up lake? It's up to Stanley to dig up the truth. Okay, so this is it for today's video. If you liked this video, let me know by hitting that like button and give me some feedback in the comments because I'm quite new at this. Click on subscribe if you're new, and if you're new and want notifications, just click on subscribe and the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. And lastly, I made an unboxing video of this laptop over here, and I'm going to upload the review like in a few days because I'm still like using the laptop to figure out its pros and cons in more depth. So yeah, the next video is gonna be the laptop's review. Stay tuned. Bye.